Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another random talk with T, and before I even get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who decided to listen for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, maybe even the whole thing. Thank you. For all my nosy balonies, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed my last random talk with T, because this is another one. And I was literally thinking okay, what should I put out next? Okay, so I know how to avoid getting my heart ripped out of my chest like a really bad fight from a Mortal Kombat battle with Scorpio. Well, what's next? And as much as it may seem easy to just let go, depending on the circumstance, sometimes it's not. And, yet so easy to fall into a toxic cycle of coping with your heartbreak that can only lead you to more heartbreak until you are actually ready to face yourself. And that part, facing yourself, that part, I'm still unfolding that, because it's deeper than just letting go and releasing something that you no longer can hold on to and be with. Facing yourself means taking accountability for your toxic ways. It means facing the you that wasn't right, the you that was tolerating, the you that was just a hot mess. Because it's not just pointing the finger, but it's also pointing the finger to yourself and what you did wrong and things you need to work on. And how can you unlearn it to make you a better person? Those are things that I'm still learning. And so I feel like my advice may or may not help, but it's just something I would like to still provide. Because sometimes when we're trying to let go, it's so easy to just do it the easy way. Oh, just drink. Oh, let's go out to the club and smoke and blah, blah, blah. But it's like when you hit that pillow and them tears run, and your chest hurt, ain't none of that helping you. So it's like you really come to a point where you just stop. You really want to end up stopping that and just take matters into a more balanced perspective where, yes, go have fun, but also know how to enjoy some time alone. And before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below, let me know your personal thoughts on this. And personal disclaimer, this is not to say that I am single or taken, because that is personal information. And this is Random Talks with T again, so let's just get started. Ooh. Focus on yourself in ways to better improve your health, body, and spirit can help you focus on things that actually matter to you. Of course, once you're ready to stop crying, I learned the more you try every day not to control or try to change the ending, the better you feel accepting it. The more you focus on what feels good for me right now, besides hookups and the blah, but what actually makes me feel good. What is something I can do right now to improve my future? These are things that can eventually help you let go and focus more on what really matters, which is you. And that requires being patient with yourself, because you're going to have your good days and you're going to have your bad days. You're going to have days where you can focus on yourself and be extremely productive. And then you're going to have your days where you go through those emotions. And that's completely okay too. Which leads me into protecting your space. This is very important when it comes down to who you let around you during this breakup, because what you give your attention and time to can either help or defeat the purpose of helping you get through the move on stage. Like giving your attention to the wrong friend, wrong guy, going to an uncomfortable party just to get your mind off of being dumped doesn't always have to involve so much access, because the last thing you want to do is hang around friends so much to a point that can literally cause you to depend on friends that aren't always going to be able to be there for you. This can cause you to not fully take charge of moving on in a healthier way in your solitude. Sometimes doing what's soothing and relaxing and productive for your well-being can feel a whole lot better. Of course, I'm not saying any of this is easy, because it takes time. It takes days even to get through those moments of tears. And the best way is to push yourself back into enjoying your solitude, pacing yourself into enjoying the things you like to do. even if it's for 5 minutes. The reason I say 5 minutes is that it can or may feel overwhelming getting back to fully enjoying your hobbies. And I found that pacing yourself into something you like to do is better than nothing and can definitely make a difference in your day. Pacing yourself into something out of a day full of heartache, if you struggle with getting out of bed, can be something very helpful. Now, if you are fresh out of a breakup, please do not get yourself caught up in sleeping with a specific friend. Now, this is if you are fresh out. Even during the process, like, I wouldn't recommend sleeping with that one specific friend. It's not going to solve anything, and it'll worsen your feelings about everything you're facing in the process. And projecting your needs into what you're looking for when it comes to love, projecting that need to a friend you're sleeping with can put you not only in an awkward situation filled with disappointment, but it will require you to acknowledge your intention, take accountability, and the grief to accept that letting go is what's best. If you know that the situation isn't helping you fully heal. Unless the situation is fully blossoms into like some type of Nicholas Sparks movie, then by all means, like, don't even pay attention to me. But if you know deep down this isn't helping you, acknowledge the selfishness behind that and let that go. Now, that's not to say that there's anything wrong with sleeping with your friend. Of course, be clear about your intentions, be clear about what you're looking for, and try to be on the same page. If you guys aren't on the same page, then that's where it's up to you to really not put yourself in a place where it leads you into wasted time and disappointment. Now, if you guys aren't really looking for anything and you just want to have your fun, then have your fun. With caution, of course. But when moving on, being friends with an ex can be a very dangerous game to play, because if there's still an emotional connection, if there's still some type of hope that you have within you about things working out, think about how it ended. Think about the dynamic, the dysfunction, whatever caused it to end. If you place it into a friendship, how much more better could it actually get? Like, really ask yourself that before you put your heart into more detriment than I already went through. Like, really think about it. Now, if it does by surprise actually become cordial and okay, then and healthy, then by all means enjoy the friendship. But if you are experiencing some type of dysfunction in the friendship with your ex still, then there's no point. Really ask yourself, is this really worth my attention span, worth my energy? If it's all correlating to the answer no, then it's time to, rip that Band-Aid off. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's not worth wasting more time on someone that's still hurting you, even as a friend, because friends aren't really supposed to be in your life to hurt you. They're there to lift you up, support you, encourage you, push you to be a better person. So that's something to consider. I think keeping in contact with friends when you're going through a moving on stage, it can help you in cheering you up, helping you enjoy a day out. It can help you get off whatever's on your chest. It can definitely help you in maybe getting out of an abusive situation. So always remember that keeping in contact with friends isn't something that should be really fully slept on. Like, don't fully sleep on it. Like, I know that maybe you're one of those people that like to isolate and you don't always like to keep a lot of company around when you're going through a lot. But sometimes having a friend or two can always help. Maintaining a good routine can help you get through a breakup because it can improve your self-esteem, your productivity, and your mood. The only reason why I know that is because when I was going through just feeling extremely stuck with my emotions from a breakup and just feeling so unmotivated in the midst of so much going on, I realized that I had to get to a routine. So the more I stuck to a routine that soothed me, that helped me release some of that pain by utilizing the tools that I needed to use in order to help me get through a breakup, like journaling, praying, self-care, all of those little things really matter, and they do add up the more you do them. And the more you maintain your routine every day, the more you'll feel like yourself again, and the willingness to look forward to your future with the acceptance of moving on. One thing that I had to learn when it came down to moving on is to stop comparing my story and stop asking the big why. Like, why did I have to go through this? The complete comparison of just questioning everything when really those big moments of heartache and heartbreak are held with lessons that are necessary in order to help us grow and help us see the things that we need to work on within ourselves. And it took me a while to really grasp that because I was caught up in questioning everything in my hurt. But at the end, once you overcome that heartbreak and you look back like, wow, that's the reason I had to go through so much with that one specific person. It was to push me into acknowledging parts of myself that I needed to work on. And none of it is easy. But once you begin to compare less and become more grateful for the experience, the better it'll be with letting go and moving on. Now, I know that it takes weeks and months to let go and move on to actually feel like yourself again. And it may even take years of mistakes until you actually accept the changes necessary to do what's best for you. But that doesn't mean give up on love or how hard you love, because it only leaves you wiser for a better relationship with yourself and with others. And on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Random Talks with T. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your personal thoughts on everything that I provided. No, I am not a professional at anything that I'm talking about. I'm just providing advice on experiences that I have had. And that's pretty much it, guys. So talk to me. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace.